Hey friends, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, I am Jennifer Huber, also known as Solo Travel Girl, and since June of 2022, I've been using Mounjaro to manage my type 2 diabetes. And what that has meant is that it has lowered my A1C, what was it, like 8 or 8.2, and I've got it down to 6.0. It was a little bit lower, but if you've been following along, you know I contracted Lyme disease last year, so that's kind of thrown things off in my body. I've lost about 50 pounds. I got down to having lost 60 pounds, but again, with Lyme disease and medication, I did gain some weight back, so I'm about 50 pounds lost. I lowered my high blood pressure, and I no longer take high blood pressure medication. I lowered my cholesterol, even though I'm still on a small statin, a low-dose statin. My cholesterol is basically considered normal, and I had non-alcoholic fatty liver disease, and that has since been reversed since I've been on Mounjaro. Now, as I've come to realize, is that it wasn't necessarily Mounjaro being a magic bullet, although it is amazing medication so far. And actually, I guess that'll be another video about something weird that's been happening, and actually one of you have reached out to me and asked me about it, and I think I've found an explanation, I guess you can say. But anyway, putting in the exercising and watching what I eat, that has really helped me achieve my goals. It just wasn't Mounjaro by itself. So anyway, I'm here just to talk to you about vacations and food. And if you watched my short video, last weekend I went up to Wisconsin. I have been fascinated with the Cranberry Highway in Wisconsin once I learned about it a few years ago. And I've always wanted to go once I learned about it. And basically, it's an opportunity to visit different cranberry bogs. And there's opportunities at different places to actually wade into the bogs. Now, there are festivals throughout the fall, or activities or tours. But with my work schedule, I could never make it sync over the last few years. October is a very busy time period for me at work. But this past weekend, I was able to make it work. I left after work on Friday. I cashed in airline miles, by the way. Flew up into Milwaukee, and then I came back Sunday afternoon. And it was a whirlwind trip. It wasn't even 40 hours in Wisconsin. But I achieved a lot of what I wanted to do. Importantly, I got into a cranberry bog, and I'm going to show you a photo right now. I did have professional photos taken, however, those are not ready yet. But this is from, I don't know, the person who took him. I should have done a selfie with him. He was probably one of the owners, but he was very kind, and he offered to take photos for everyone when they're having their professional photos done. So it was fun. But the first thing that I did, because travel for me is tasting food, and if you've been on Mounjaro for any amount of time, you know that food tastes different, and that, me anyway, food fills me up quicker. So food is a different enjoyment for me. You know, I'm a certified food judge. I love food, a self-proclaimed foodie. So being on Mounjaro has been really changed things. Interesting. I wouldn't say I'm addicted to food, but maybe I am. Maybe I am, but I can't eat the way I used to. I tried early on with Mounjaro, and I learned the hard way. It did make me sick. So I've learned that there are just some foods I need to eat in moderation. So the first thing that I did in Wisconsin on that Saturday was I went to a place called Apple Holler. It's like an apple orchard. There's a restaurant or a cafe, a gift shop, and then they have you pick apples in this other area where you can wander around. I learned about Johnny Appleseed, which was kind of fun. And they had petting zoo, like goats and other animals and that. But what drew me there, because it was actually a half hour out of the way I wanted to go, was about a half hour, 20 to 30 minutes south of Milwaukee, and I was heading 3 hours north of Milwaukee. What drew me there was this amazing looking apple cider sundae in here. I'll show you a picture of it right here. It is over the top. It was delicious. I did not consume all of it, but I did consume most of it, and it was so good. That was worth the whole trip, was having that apple cider float. Basically, it's apple cider, vanilla ice cream, and it was rimmed with homemade caramel or caramel, and then chopped nuts, and then it had a most delicious apple cider donut. It was like fluffy, and the sugar was very crispy, and it was the right amount of sweetness, and everything combined, it was true magic. And I loved it. And I know that sounds hypocritical being a diabetic and being on Mounjaro, but we need to treat ourselves once in a while, right? And it was just divine. And then something I took with me from there is this. It's in this box. I have not opened this box since it was given to me. Basically, this is a caramel apple in this box. So it's been with me 7 days. I put it in my carry-on luggage and then put it in the refrigerator immediately. And Saturday night, I put it in the hotel refrigerator. So I have not opened it. I don't know how it is. I hope it's going to be good because it looks so good. Other food that I ate during my trip, it wasn't a lot. I had breakfast in the hotel each morning, like scrambled eggs and oatmeal the first morning, and the next day some fruit and a hard-boiled egg, and then some juice both mornings. And that was pretty much it. I brought some pretzels with me and then some snack mix or some nuts in that. But Friday night when I was driving back, I asked my AI assistant what foods are associated with Wisconsin. And one of the things that came up were fried cheese curds. So I was near a place called Fremont, a town in a city named Fremont, and Copilot guided me to a restaurant. I will put the name here. It was like Bar and Bridge Restaurant or something. And let me tell you, the fried cheese curds, I've had them elsewhere, like from Culver's or other restaurants. They are nothing like the ones I had at this restaurant. They were amazing. They were so soft and a little bit chewy, squeaky inside, and then the coating was just magical and crispy, and just the two textures together with the grease, which we know is really not good for us, complemented with the cheese. It was just so good. As you can see in the picture, yes, that is a basket. It was a lot in that basket. I probably should have just ordered that and been done with it. But then I also asked Copilot, what else is Wisconsin known for? In addition to Butterburgers, Copilot told me that it is fried haddock for Friday fish fries. Even though it wasn't Friday, they had fried fish on the menu, and I had that, and that was very good as well. Not as good as the fried cheese curds. But I had them, and I did not eat all of them, which I felt bad about that. I always felt, when I was a kid, I was told to clean my plate, and I always want to be or I still am a people pleaser. So I felt guilty about wasting that food. But I knew that I'd be paying for it the next day. That's what I found with Mounjaro the hard way, is that there are certain foods I can't eat, and there are foods I should not eat. And fried foods, along with heavy carbs, are things I really should not be eating, especially on injection day. So I did have a little bit of stomach issues the next day, but yeah, it was worth it. But I was okay on the ride home. I was worried I was going to be sick on the flight, but I was not. But yeah, food just is integrated with travel, and that's just part of, for me, it's been hard adjusting because I'm a certified food judge, a self-proclaimed foodie. So not having food part of my travels is kind of challenging, but in a way it does save on my budget because I'll just eat one big meal during the day and then just eat little snacks along the way. Like when I went to Alaska, I wanted to have salmon. I had salmon multiple times, but I just ate once a day because I brought, Radcliffe is underneath me. Excuse me. Anyway, food is just different when traveling, but it's still important, and it's definitely okay trying. For me, you can do whatever you want, but for me, I give myself a pass to have at least one nice, enjoyable meal, to taste the local destination, because it's so important. It's like, I was always fascinated when I'd go to Maine and go to a McDonald's, because I would find the McDonald's that had lobster rolls on the menu. And yeah, technically you shouldn't be going to McDonald's. I'm probably going to McDonald's more often than I should. But a lobster roll from McDonald's, that's wild. Or when you travel overseas visiting McDonald's, there's usually something local. So again, food is just part of the culture and part of the travel experience, and Mounjaro has made it interesting. And because Saturday was my injection day, I did carry my my Frio packet to put my Mounjaro in. Basically, I had, let's see, going to the airport on Friday was a little bit stressful, but anyway, so I had my Mounjaro in an ice packet in my cooler in the car. So when I went to the airport after work, and it was stressful just because the parking was full, and there was this weird, it was weird off-site parking that I'd never been to, but everything was fine. I made my flight. But anyway, I had this. I got it wet, which it inflates it, and then it basically activates it to keep the Mounjaro cool. So I had this for my overnight flight, or not my overnight flight, but my evening flight and my connection. And something that I did, I can't remember, I traveled recently. Well, I guess when I went up to the Bills game, when I was taking my Mounjaro, I went to Starbucks, I ordered a drink, and then I ordered a cup of ice, and then I put ice in it with it as well. But I still kept it in this pouch, and then the ice was not touching the Mounjaro. But then this is the little Frio pouch, and boom, done. Now, when I took my road trip out to Colorado, I needed to have one Mounjaro because I left on a Saturday morning, but I needed another Mounjaro because I was gone for 2 weeks. So what I did, I took a little video. I never posted it, but here you go. What I did was I took a dry box. I put my Mounjaro in there, and then I put it on top of ice in the cooler. That way it wouldn't freeze, but it would stay cool. And then I was doing camping, glamping, and some hotel stays. So whenever I was in a hotel, I was able to put it in the refrigerator. But when I didn't have a refrigerator, it kept nice and cool in my little cooler. So that's Mounjaro and traveling with me. But let's get going. I rambled on long enough. All right, so we're going to open this. I hope it's not moldy. I hope it's okay. I see the caramel is leaking, and I think it's because I had it tipped over in the refrigerator, but a caramel apple unboxing. This presentation is just, amazing. So the caramel is dripping. I don't know if you can see. Oh, this smells so good. I can smell the caramel and nuts, and I did get a fancy one. Look at this. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, look at that. We got pecans. It's funny, we had a conversation in the office this week. Is it pecan or pecan? I said, I went to Florence, South Carolina several years ago, and they have a pecan trail. And I asked them specifically, is it pecan or pecan? And they said, no, it's pecan. And they showed a little picture of a pea and then a can, pecan. Anyway, look at this. Oh my gosh. Oh boy, I am not going to be able to eat this in one sitting, but that's okay. It'll take me maybe a few days, 3 or 4 days to eat this, but this looks so good. I'm going to take a photo. So that's why it's going to look weird. Here we go. This is really beautiful. Part of enjoying food is visual, and when I went through the food certification, the presentation is part of it. It's the eat, execution, appearance, and taste. So when you're evaluating food, those are the 3 things to keep in mind, the 3 attributes. Hi there. So we are going to cut this. I am going to cut this and enjoy it. You have to live vicariously through me. All right, let's get apple holla there. Holla, holla. Oh, that looks... All right. All right, Radcliffe is here. I can hear him. All right, sorry for that break. Radcliffe got a little crazy. All right, the ingredients say apple, milk, sugar, butter, corn syrup, cream, may contain nuts or nut oil. Well, this definitely contains nuts, so let's just dig right in. Oh, that sounds good. Did you hear that? Look how pretty this is. Oh my gosh, I have to do another photo. All right, my gosh, this looks incredible. Guys, all right. Listen. Did you hear that? That's like a crisp, fresh apple. Now, the orchard I stopped at to pick up apples, I got the Honeycrisp. Again, I asked AI what apples are they known for. It said Honeycrisp. And those apples were so good. Brought some home and gave some to a coworker. Oh, crispiness. I don't know what that is, but all right. How is this? Oh, this looks gooey. Oh, an apple seed. It's gooey, it's sticky. Oh, it smells like fall. Apples, caramel, pecans. So good. I bet salt would be good on this, but for now we'll just have this as is. Oh, this is a pecan. All right, bon appetit. How is it? First taste. This is delicious. Crunchy apple, soft homemade caramel, and the pecans add another layer of crunch. So we get creamy with the caramel, crunchy with the apple, sweetness with the apple, sweetness with the caramel, a little savory with the nuts. This was worth it. Totally worth it. I know I'm not going to be able to eat the whole thing. I will put it in a Ziploc in the refrigerator. It'll be okay. I know it's going to be a little brown, but it's going to be okay during the coming days. So, all right, up next, Walking Radcliffe, Carvey the pumpkin. Guess I can't roast the seeds tonight. They might be too moist, too wet, right? And then enjoying some of this delicious caramel apple from Apple Holler. If you're in Wisconsin, go check them out. And I'll do a separate video about Wisconsin, my trip. A little bit longer one than the minute that I already shared. Right, Rad? All right, my friends. Thank you so much for watching. And remember, not only be kind to others this week, but please be kind to yourself. Oh, sticky fingers. Bye.